Thank everybody for their patience. Unfortunately, we have to wait till 10 o'clock due to, that's what was publicized. And with that, I'm going to kind of read how we're going to handle the viewing. The viewing is now in a session, and it's for the Faulkner number 302 drainage improvement petition. And we'll take care of this on Monday, June 3rd at 10 o'clock. Welcome to the viewing for the consideration of the Faulkner number 302 watershed damage improvement petition. Introduce myself. I'm Gary Merlin, president of the board this year, and to my right is vice chair Barb Lewis, and to my left is fellow commissioner Jeff Benton. There is a single sign-in sheet circulating the room, and we ask that you please sign the sheet to indicate your attendance. Today's viewing of the proposed improvement area is taking place at the office of the Board of County Commissioners with uses of video technology. We have found this to be a much more efficient and educational way of finding out about the projects we're about to have a first hearing on. No testimony or decisions are made here at the viewing. This is simply a way for the board members to become familiar with the area so that we're in a better position to, when we hear testimony, we'll have a better understanding. The first hearing of this petition is scheduled for Monday, August the 5th at 10 o'clock a.m. At the hearing, we will hear a report from the engineer office on the petition, and that is also the time for landowner testimony for or against the petition. When it is time for landowners to point out the drainage concerns in the area, we will work our way through the participants. As a reminder, this is not the time for testimony. It's simply a time to point out things that you want to make sure that we're aware of, that we will keep in mind when we have our first hearing. So I will now turn the proceedings over to Brett Bacon with the Soil and Water Conservation District. Brett.
Good morning, Commissioners. Brett Bacon, Deputy Administrator, Soil and Water. I'm going to play the video. It's going to look very familiar to you. You've seen it before. This video is starting on the petitioner's property, and I will point out when we leave the petitioner's property heading downstream.
That looks like AstroTurf.
It does, very green.
Gosh.
And this video was flown in October of 23.
Oh, I was going to ask you when it was filmed.
That fence row right there, we're going off the petitioner's property. Believe there's a couple blowouts on the tile main that you can see as we fly over here.
Uh-huh.
Crossing over Newhouse Road and proceeding over Mill Creek Golf Course.
That's number 3. It's about 120 yards worth.
The original tile splits. The fairways would run basically where you see the trees for the most part.
Are there any blowouts on the golf course?
I believe there are, yeah, in the rough, in between the trees. And then it crosses under the cart path, and you're not going to be able to see. It does open up an outlet somewhere in the woods here, becomes open channel drainage at that point.
So up until you get into the woods, it's all tile?
Yes,
It's all
tile and surface drainage.
Yeah, okay. Interesting.
Any questions?
Okay. Any questions from fellow commissioners?
No, I don't.
So at this time, I will open it up. Is there anyone here that would like to point out anything that they think is important that we be aware of before the first hearing? Again, we take testimony just to make a point out. Come, why don't you go up here, sir?
I'm fine. I have a hard time walking my dog.
Okay.
So So, just a couple of questions. The tile that comes across the Fink property was originally put in 1907, is that correct? And it was put in to drain the north end of the railroad track just south of Newhouse Road. That blowout on Trevor Vining's property started when they put in 8 new homes up there and tiled into that tile. So all that water, the septic systems, all the road water goes into that same 10-inch tile.
So we're getting into testimony, I believe, which you can have that opportunity in August.
Okay.
Right now, just, if there's something you want to point out that we should be aware of.
Yeah.
But as far as testimony, August 5th, would be- I think it's August 5th. August
Yes.
5th. Okay?
I've talked to the township twice now, again about a month ago. The drainage ditch that goes across Trevor Vining's property goes into a county tile that's about 10 foot deep underneath the road. And that tile, when they put the road in, now has a 4-foot cone turned upside down in it. And I'm not sure what side of the township's responsibility is in that. So the tile there on Trevor Vining, we have a plan to fix that. But I don't think that solves the problem.
Okay. So anything else you'd like to point out? Again, we expect you'll be here August 5th and you'll be sharing your opinion.
Things that there's a lot of water that comes off those homes up there. An inch of water is about 27,000 gallons on an acre. So that tile is probably, in my opinion, runs full half all the time. So everything turns into surface water because the ground is saturated. So I just have some technical questions that we need to look at. The tile on the Vining property will fix. I'm not sure that that's going to solve the issue of all the water that's there.
So I would encourage you to get with Soil and Water or county engineer between now and August and have,
I'm hoping that the township will get involved and look at the road, what the road frontage did, that tile that runs down the road, and if there's something they can do to help. Because it all turns into surface water now and runs across the golf course. When it rains, that tile runs full. There's no place for the water to go, thus the blowouts.
okay, thank you. Is there any, I don't believe there's anyone else here that may have any observations. So with that, any other comments from the fellow commissioners?
Yeah,
No?
With that, the viewing is closed and we will see everybody on August 5th.